Hello，大家好，我是宅君，欢迎回到天国降临。
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first, I'd like to hear something about you, my son.
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. It must have been terrible.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. These days, of course, it's just a bit...
I hear you had quite an adventurous life after the seminary.
I like to leave the past in the past. Now I'm here, and the life I have suits me just fine. Wine, women, and mass.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now... So, about this confessional seal.
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters... If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's...
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubos told me, I'd be betraying the confessional...
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his...
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard.
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them. A tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus, I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman. I'm thinking about putting it in my own.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poor, just like a flock of hungry They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by long... You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you... Amen!
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last...
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are... I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything...
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted. It's getting quite...
What do you suppose? We have a drink...
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj panuje sej smutek, do mnie loi rano utek, niech już małżeński majstra, do wczera żylne staje prak. Už sej bojí svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejmě jich kůži. Nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požerem si huby jako poslední den. Budem se bavit a do rána slávit a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem. Tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra jen tu jsou nejdem, tak nalej mi hned, ať točí se svět.
Enough of this!
Bailiff! Come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped, and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can ride is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up. Come on, then, Bailiff. You want to fight? So come and get it. Don't worry.
Gotcha.
倒一个。
Fuck. Well landed.
No sooner said than done.
I'd love to. And Henry, too, I'm sure. Right, Henry?
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Here we are. Look at this beauty.
We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful!
Ah, bloody oath.
And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here.
Whoa!
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Yeah.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Godwin, you beast. Get up. Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on my head. My guts. My poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Oh. Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you, but you can. You can do the sermon for me.
What?
So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
So all at once the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me.
We'll never get away with it.
Not if you make a hash of it.
Well, all right. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You get no need to drag it out. If it turns...
Christ almighty.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
I thought he'd never show up. The swill dog.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God. Any minute now he'll throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem.
Ooh.
Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious. Curious which one will puke first.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
Just as we are commanded to obey the priests in matters of virtue, so are we commanded to defy them face to face if they live contrary to God's commandments.
Hear that, Godwin?
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, enemies, injustice, hunger and chaos, failed harvests, fires, floods and other catastrophes. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame? Shame upon them.
And what sins? They live with harlots and keep concubines, even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of procreation is pure. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan? And how much darker the sin if that man is a servant of the church? Who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts on priestly robes?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates! Away with them!
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin! At least he's a fair and simple man.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Aye! All honor to Godwin. Let him drink like one of us.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a
I'm
silver
glad he
tongue.
came here. I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, and he told it nicely.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubosh tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now, slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you...
Well, now Lubosh came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed.
Oh.
And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out?
Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubosh kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubosh killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko, Pius, Timmy.
Pius. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
God be with you.
I'd like to learn to read.
You? You don't look like the makings of a priest or clerk. But why not? I've taught all sorts. Bear in mind, it won't be all that easy. You'll need plenty of time and a few groschen for my trouble.
All right. I don't want to waste time. We can get started.
Very well. I will require some groschen from you, though, and set aside at least a couple of days so I can put...
Here are your groschen.
Then we may as well start. He did break his vow, but better than to dishonor it here. May he follow his heart. Wake up, lad. It's time we were getting on. So, let's see you read a bit. There's a book here on the table. Try to read it.
Will I manage?
You ought to be able to. It's a simple... But once you've worked your way through it.
I've read the book.
Wonderful. So tell me, what have you learned?
That being greedy doesn't pay.
Excellent. You're one of my most talented pupils. Like I told you, books are valuable. And the words that you place in them ought to be no less so.
Does that mean that I can read then?
Yes, you have the foundation. Remember, my boy, the pen is mightier than the sword. To fully learn your way around words will... Now we'll move on to the second lesson, which will be much harder. There's a book on the table with some text.
I only just managed the fable about the goose, and now you're asking...
You're a clever lad.
Wow. 看不懂啊。
I read the page.
So tell me, Distupule, what's written there?
Dullest liver tam malus.
Not bad, my boy.
Nullus est li...
Good heavens! Don't tell me you haven't had lessons before. Excellent. Well, there's nothing more I can teach you.
Thank you, Dominic.
Good luck to you.
你们械斗哎！
Come here, lily liver.
快跑快跑！
You'll get what for.
好像在内讧还是怎样？
Well, I never. The pig turns up willingly for the slaughter. You're dead! Who's there? Hey, who's there? What's going on there? Bollocks! Now you're fucked.
两个。
You'll get one more. Bring it on.
走。
Yeah, come here, lily liver.
It's here. That Kunesh wasn't lying. But I know this goblet. It belongs to Baron. And he's still alive. I saw him in Ratai among the refugees, wearing red as always. Now what?
How are you?
I've come for my winnings.
All right. Here's your winnings. Damn it. There'll be another tourney in a week or so. Are you going to give me a chance to win my groschen back?
We'll see. Thanks.
God be with you, Henry. Congratulations on your victory in the tournament.
Don't you want a little wager on the Rattay tourney?
Don't you want to do something together again?
That sounds wonderful. Everyone says the Broken Wheel Tavern is the fun place to be in the evening. I want you to take me there.
Have you ever been to a tavern?
Me and my father used to stop at the tavern in the glade when he was taking the flour into town, but he never wanted to take me inside. What do you think, Hal? Shall we go?
Well, I don't see why not. But you'll have to try some ale while you're there.
I will, I promise.
Let's be going then. Sometimes, if I want a proper meal, I have to. I wouldn't want to eat the stuff I cook.
That's true. I haven't forgotten that bet you made back in Skalitz that time.
Don't talk about those oat cakes. Fritz's belly heaves at the very mention, even now.
And that's where you go to woo wenches, is it?
Naturally. The taverns and baths are where the best ones gather.
You lout.
There's no need to take it the wrong way.
I'm not taking it any way at all.
It's all right. I'm only joking. I don't go picking up women in taverns. I prefer a different sort.
What sort might that be?
All mouth and green eyes.
You're such a...
Come on then. So, here we are. Shall Should we order something?
Yes, definitely.
Service?
Ah, a pair of lovebirds. What would you like to order?
Is it alright?
It's excellent.
This ale, there's no better in the province.
You know what?
What? What are you doing? Oh, no.
Oh.
But really?
Yes. Oh, come on, be brave.
No, I've never...
Hand on my hip.
I don't even know how.
And off we go.
But really, I don't know how.
You're doing just fine.
All right. Oh, it's
All right.
It's fine. Oh, very nice. Not so bad. You wore me out.
And you said you couldn't dance.
How about a dance with a real man?
How about you leave me alone and bother someone else?
Oh, come on. It's a crime to waste a body like that on a scrawny boy like him. You got tits like a cow in calf. Ah, that's it. I like a woman to fight before I fuck her. You'll pay for that, boy. Good move.
Oh.
Well landed.
Hey!
You mangy dog.
God!
My hero. Does it hurt?
You should worry about the other fella. I'm fine. Ow!
Of course you are. That's why you wince every time I touch you. You saw him off, though. He wasn't feeling so playful after you'd finished with him.
That tickles.
Baby.
I'll give you this. Nights out with you might be painful, but they're never boring.
I do my best.
You should go in before Peshek starts fretting.
Ooh.
Oh.
Greetings. What do you need?
You've been working at the mill for a while now, haven't you?
Pretty long. Why'd you ask?
I heard there's a possibility of finding work here for 2 talented carpenters.
That depends on how talented they are.
I'd say they're talented enough.
We'll soon see. But
Of course.
the miller isn't. But his foreman doesn't give the workers anything for free.
Well, hopefully that won't happen. They're good men.
I'll be happy if that's true.
I'm looking for someone they call Riki.
Jesus! Who wouldn't know Hinek?
Hinek?
That's his real name.
No, I don't suppose you would.
Try his folks' house, if you have the nerves for it. The old tanner's a grouchy sod.
What can you tell me about this Hinek?
What can I tell you?
Why not?
Well, I'm not one to gossip.
What's the tanner like?
The less I see of him, the better.
Why do they call him Riki anyway?
Why do you think?
So why don't people like him?
The old tanner's not an easy man, but a son should never...
And does no one at all talk to him?
That harlot Adela hangs around with him, of course.
Harlot?
Good day to you. What do you need?
Teresa, the millmaid, sent me. She said you could use some help.
Some extra pairs of hands.
My friends, 2 survivors of Scarlet.
And why should I take them?
They're experienced carpenters.
Why not? Carpenters would be helpful. Thomas, my foreman. But they aren't idlers and drunks, are they?
What was that?
I'm from Skalitz, and I know them both personally.
In the Skalitz mines? Tell them I'll give them a chance. We'll talk about pay and a roof over their heads when they get here. God,
is someone there?
I heard you've been seeing Hinek, the tanner's son.
So what? Come to preach at me, have you? That I'm a loose woman, a sinner, that I seduce decent men?
What's going on out there?
God, no, nothing like that. It's just that you're the only one in the village who sees Hinek, so I came to ask you about him.
Aye, I've seen him often enough. I don't...
When did you last see him?
A few days ago. He came to me late in the evening, drunk.
And that was unusual?
I never saw him drink much.
So he was acting strangely?
He was strange. I had the feeling he was afraid of something. He kept prattling on and...
Can you remember anything he said that evening?
Oh, I'm not sure. He went on about some fellow called Lubosh who died. Aye, and then he was talking about the money. That...
What did he say about the money?
Just that he had a pile of it hidden behind his house.
I see.
What could I say? He was drunk. He kept saying I was a fine girl, and if I wanted, I could even take half the money.
Did he tell you exactly where he hid it?
He said he buried it at his father's small holding.
All right, thank you.
Hmm?
Yeah!
Mercy! Damn it. He won't hold out for long. Help me. Please. What happened at Neuhof? Who's coming for you?
Rance people. Neuhof. What a fucking mess.
Why?
We didn't want...
What happened to you?
Rance and his people.
Where did they go?
Oh. I don't... No.
I'm looking for those bastards who attacked Neuhof. Where can I find them?
They've got a camp.
Where? Come on, tell me.
I don't know. I've never been there.
So how do you know about it? Who told you?
My mate. Timmy.
Where can I find him?
He works at the windmill.
What can I do with you now?
Help me.
I'm sorry.
But there's no help for you in this world. Not anymore.
I know. Help me. To the next one.
I'm looking for a colossus by the name of Timmy.
I don't know anyone like that.
Listen, someone wants to kill him.
My God. But not here. We'll talk.
Here I am. So, why all the secrecy?
What do you want from Timmy?
Can you tell me where to find him?
Promise me nothing will happen to him.
Why do you care so much?
He's my brother. And now there's some right peculiar...
Who are they?
I don't know. But they look like cutthroats. And they said some strange things. But I didn't tell them anything.
That's good.
He's hiding at the Colburn farm, over by Merhoed.
I get the feeling you're looking for someone here. I'm looking for someone too. Maybe we could help each other. A great big ox by the name of Timmy.
That's interesting.
Well, what are the chances? Could it be the same fellow, I wonder? Now, if someone were to tell me where to find Timmy, I'm...
You have an encampment somewhere?
Well, sure we do.
Where is it?
Ha! All in good time.
All right, I'll tell you where he is.
Really?
We're all Christians here, aren't we? Why not help thy neighbour?
Ha! You wouldn't be... I'll give you 24, no more. Half now, and...
Deal. I hear he's hiding in Ratai.
Oh, yeah?
He's at the butcher's. They're his kin.
Well, excuse me if I take that with a grain of salt. I'll just leave Radan here to keep an eye on you. For your own protection, you know. Come with us if you got the stomach for it. If not, come and find us in the Samapesh Tavern when it's all over. Or we'll find you. Come on, boys!
Pow! 跑这么慢是要怎么？算了，我们直接来对决吧。
Fucking come on then!
Hey, Timmy. How are you today?
I'm alright.
We have now.
Huh? Oh, shit. What do you want? Shit.
I saw what you did at Neuhof.
What are you talking about?
Don't waste your breath.
What do you want from me?
Your mate Hinek told me about a whole camp full of those whoresungs.
Yeah? You might be one of them. Pretend.
Why would I be trying to catch... For Christ's sake, man. They crucified Limpy Lubosh in Ujits.
Shit. I don't know where their camp is.
That's a load of horse shit. Hinek told me you were there, and that Pius wanted you to keep your mouth shut.
Well, once I was there with them, yeah.
Try to remember.
It was in the woods. In some kind of woods. A church. There was a church there.
Oh, great. Thanks a lot. Now it's all clear to me.
It was straight north from Talmberg. If you go further on past the woodcutters, you go left there again, stairs is, you keep straight on there.
Better than nothing, I suppose.
But you won't tell nobody about Nighthawk fight. You
No, don't worry. But in future, find some other way to make money. Like honest work?
Thanks. I'll try.
That girl at the windmill?
Hi, Merca.
She told me you're as thick as a fence post. And
Did she?
yeah!
Greetings. What do you need?
I have some news about the investigation, sir.
Good. Tell me.
I went to Uzhit, where they told me I could find Lubosh.
Indeed. The whole affair's becoming ever more suspicious.
I found out about another one of them, a crony.
You're doing a good job, but you need to be careful.
I'm afraid my news isn't good. This Riki fellow was hiding out in the woods, and his former accomplices really did want to kill. It seems they wanted no part in the killing. Anyway, Riki told me they were hired by a bandit they call Runt. He's the one who stole your sword. Those murdering whoresons weren't after loot. They just wanted to do damage.
Sakra. Anything else?
That's all I found out so far, sir.
All right. Come back.
About that encampment, sir.
What is it, lad?
I found out about the camp from another of the bandits who deserted. He's called Timmy. Big fellow, but more brawn than brain.
Good work, lad.
I don't know much apart from where it is.
We really need to find out more. And if you could carry out some sabotage while you're in there, it would be invaluable. But don't take any unnecessary risks. I don't want to lose you.
Certainly, sir. That is... I'll do what I can.
That's... You'll be our eyes and ears, lad. Our success will depend on what you find out. Go, and get back...
I'll find out what I can and be right back.
See you later.
The moat. It would take a while to get across, and there's nowhere to shelter from arrows.
好了，那我们今天这集影片呢就先到这边，感谢各位的收看，我们下集见，拜拜。